All right, Gary, thank you. There are signs of things starting to get back to normal in northern Illinois tonight, but not as quickly as some people had hoped.
City and county leaders are keeping people who live too close to the destroyed chemtool plant out of their homes again tonight, despite lifting a different order. Jamie Perez is live in Rockton tonight with new information we learned about the environmental risks. Jamie?
Well, the good news here is that the toxins that are being released into the air and water are not necessarily getting any worse. And and they're still below federal risk guidelines. The bad news is they still don't know what's in the stuff that may be falling on the ground.
There was a shift in focus in Rockton today from risks you could see to risks you can't.
We understand the distress and the trauma and the turmoil that this is causing.
That led Public Health Administrator Dr. Sandra Martell to recommend keeping people within a mile of the destroyed chemtool plant out of their homes again.
We are doing this as an utmost precaution.
Winnebago County lifted a mask order today for people who live within 3 miles of the plant, but Martell knows the 1 mile order extension isn't what people want to hear. Her biggest concern, the fire throwing toxins into the air from chemicals that should not be burning.
Overnight, we collected data. I know there were questions earlier about cyanide results. I'm happy to report that all of those values that we detected were below health-based screening values. We did have a couple of particulate exceedances when there were flare-ups, but they were temporary and dropped right back down after the fire was reduced.
Craig Thomas and other members of the federal EPA will be going around to local homes and businesses testing everything.
We can get reads from different parts of that area, from the perimeters to the insides to rooftops to ground level to doorknobs to playground equipment, all of that being important for the team to sample.
An out-of-state crew has helped firefighters keep chemicals from reaching the Rock River so far. That's something Rockton-Fire Chief Kirk Wilson knows is a priority to his community.
These waterways are our life, and they're our life for our community. I live in this community, so I want to make sure that the water that I'm consuming or using is not only good for me, but it's good for my family as well.
But Wilson and Martell don't know when the testing will be done. They're hoping to get things cleared sooner rather than later.
We don't know what the environmental impact of this particular site is going to be in the next 5 or 10 years. We're not sure, but time will tell. So that's why it's important for us to do our due diligence and to make sure what we're doing is not only safe for us today, but for our future as well.
And they're planning on doing that sampling and testing at a number of homes and businesses within the 1 mile radius of this chemical plant, but they couldn't tell me on how many they're going to do that on. So until they can figure out what is being released, people cannot return to their homes who are evacuated just yet.
Jamie Perez live in Rockton. We are continuing to keep you updated about what's going on there following the chemical plant fire. Love the latest at channel3000.com and at our later newscasts.